Welcome back to the studio segment, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us for this Dota 2 game here on the live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons Masters League. Turns out, what, 40 days?
42.
42 days later,
Yes.
and a wedding included. Turns out the PCR has not learnt anything. Moving on. Dota 2 game. I was just trying to pull like the PCR's like a center cam. Okay, I was just trying to pull the PCR's leg once in a while. अब ज़्यादातर लोगों की शादियाँ नहीं हुई ना तो हमें लगता हमारे बैचलर वाले गैंग में ही है. But talking about ganging up and stuff on the same note here, Dota 2 game.
Yeah.
Signify versus Cullies, rather, if I do it for the ease of the PCR, then Cullies versus Signify.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty much an interesting game, Angie.
Yeah, Signify Kings on the leaderboard as of now. 27 points, 10 games played, 9 victories, 1 loss.
This is going to be their final game.
This is their final game. I'm going to miss this team playing, actually. Like, we've seen them play so many games, and every time they have something refreshing and new for us to watch. Today, of course, being the last game, the only loss, of course, they have faced with people who don't really know this is to ROG Titans. But apart from that, Signify doing fantastically well for themselves. A sure ticket to the LAN finale. Of course, they're defending champions from the winter season, so they are supposed to be there at the LAN finale.
Proud managers, proud owners of the team also, for that point of matter. Yeah. Good investments, this team. In fact, moving forward, let's quickly get the introductions out of the way, Angie. Let's get down to the formalities. Let's start off with Cullies. All right. That's Team Cullies. Yeah. Pretty interesting team in a cushy spot for now, 7th position. But a loss. A loss against a very renowned team called Buriza Youth. But of course, if you guys have not watched the last game, it was against Team Akatsuki, and Cullies, after a long drawn game, came on top of that. So if you have missed that, you can check it out on our YouTube channel. But they're looking very strong, sitting 7th on the board. I don't think they're going to make it to the LAN finale because they don't really have that many more games left. Let's have the standings. But while we're at. Yeah. Let's get the standings here.
All right.
PCR. So okay, yeah, we have the standings. Okay, so
they have a chance. Actually.
They have a chance. So they are just. So that's the thing. So Cullies are exactly like how Mehtab is in Clash Royale, and Camille also. They've got 5 games in their kitty. They look good. Alpha Esports have got 8 games. Nefarious have minimal chance of a comeback here. So I'm pretty sure how the standings is going to look like. Nefarious is going to be pushed down to 12th. Alpha Esports might end up moving up top. I cannot comment against that because again depends on the current scoreline they're having. I'm pretty sure either Alpha Esports is going to remain in 12th or Nefarious will like change spaces like Nefarious. The Council and Akatsuki on that point of matter. Yeah. They both have chances because right now both of them are in that dogfight of getting out.
True.
Cullies is in a different league altogether. If they happen to win out of the remainder 6 games, even 3 games whatsoever, pits them at 8 wins. 8 wins, right? It'll still be more than how many wins has this team secured? Team Buriza.
And the funny part is that even though AT and Buriza Youth sit on 6th and 7th, they are in a very risky spot because they've got each only one game.
Yeah.
And Cullies can just climb over them and be like, let's sit on the 5th spot.
And amongst both of them, the basic amount of danger is ATE Gaming. Because they've lost more than they've won. And the reason why I said like Cullies has a good opportunity to go up top. I'm not saying they'll go up top 3. Yeah. I'm just saying like ROG Titans is there, Reckoning Esports is there. The big teams are there. I'm not saying they are any big, any small either. I'm just saying that the current scoreline, I'm just taking a worst case scenario. Let's say if Buriza loses all the other games. Yeah. Cullies would be in a very good opportunity to at least rank up and like come forward.
True, and even right now they're sitting very comfortable. Also, the good part for Cullies is because they haven't really played that many games. Nowadays, every single game that they play is to their advantage.
Yeah.
Because right now they have 9 points, which is good. It's equivalent to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But every single game they win, it's just going upwards for them. It's not going to go lower than this.
I mean, if Cullies were in a situation like Alpha Esports, then they would have like I would not even have said anything. I would like, okay, theek hai yaar, chalta hai, go YOLO. You have nothing to lose. Like I keep saying that, nothing to lose attitude.
Correct.
I'm not saying they can't have that nothing to lose attitude right now also. If you look at it, the only thing they'll lose is a game right now. They still have 5 more games to cover up for it. They still can go without nothing to lose attitude. It's just that they have everything to win. And for that point of matter, Signify, obviously, they are in a different league altogether.
They are the kings
like
on the charts.
I cannot compare. But again, they are formidable opposition for Team Cullies, and we have seen, like, this has been the history of ESL India Premiership, where we have seen some really big names shown the dirt by underdogs, dark horses, random tomfoolery also ends up in a win for a team which, like, you cannot pinpoint such games, you know. Kuch bhi ho sakta hai.
Because see, when you talk about a game like Clash Royale also, for example, the person who's sitting first on the board may just lose the game to the person sitting 12th on the board, because it all comes down to the mechanics and the understanding of every single player in the team that is playing against another team. A team like Signify has never really played against a team like Cullies. They do not know the Phoenix is strong for them. They do not know the Earth Spirit is strong. Say that they don't get banned and Cullies get that opportunity. I feel that they have the experience with those heroes to take down Signify.
I personally believe, Angie, Cullies should take this game not as a regular Masters League game, but as a challenge whatsoever. That even if they end up losing, may the best team win, but even if they end up losing, they have something to take back. So next time they meet Signify, they know exactly what to do, how to blockade them. And that is the purpose of such a long open league tournament. It's okay. It's one season, right? It's one battle you've lost. The war is up looming ahead of you, and you're just worried about a battle. Come on, you've got to look at the bigger picture. And on that note, let's get to know the opposition. We've spoken to them about a lot. Signify.
Yes.
Okay, that's my boys Signify there. Angie.
Brilliant team. Definitely going to make it landfall. Lots of veteran players over there for people who haven't really seen Signify before.
I'm a huge fan of No Chance.
Each of them are just amazing. Of course, most of them have played DOTA for more than 5 years. But if you're talking about specifics, 4 years, I think, is a minimum experience all these players have in the game.
Individually, yes.
Individually. Also, there are some of them who are also sitting on the major leaderboards across the SESL.
Swifty, No Chance.
Yes, all of them.
In fact, brief trivia for anybody who's joined us new and does not know about the Indian Dota scene. You know, obviously, you know, you're one of the, the grand old ladies of Dota.
That is just mean.
Hey, come on, I'm giving like so much respect. You know so much about the game more than so many other people. So I'm just saying,
definitely.
Crowley at the time, if I'm not wrong, because Crowley's elder brother used to work with me in the same agency. So I got to know that once upon a time, Crowley was the most feared invoker in the SEA circuit.
That is true.
And people used to like leave lobbies like, we're not playing. Mr. Crowley is here, we're not doing this.
I just make sure that I'm on the same team as him.
I'd rather go on to the other side. I don't want to be on this side of the slaughter.
But talking about Signify, even though they are such a renowned team, they always do their homework, and they're going to first ban out that Earth Spirit, followed by that Omni Knight and the Night Stalker. Meanwhile, Cullies on the other end going to ban out the Tusker,
Sand King and the Dark Willow.
They
know Crowley with the Dark Willow is sometimes
more
nasty.
Than that, like we were discussing earlier, they still have that beautiful disruptor which both the teams like, but Cullies gonna first secure what they really love. It's gonna be the Phoenix. They of course could go even for the Invoker next, or they could even decide to go with the Shadow Shaman, which has the preferred pick. Of course, Signify gonna just play that hook, crook and dance. They're gonna pick the Nyx Assassin for now, but it's gonna be the Earthshaker coming there from Cullies. I like that.
If I can go any TI on this $1 million Echo Slam.
We should have one for the ESL also.
Oh
like
my God. I'd love to do that. Like, being a voice actor is so much fun. Like, you see these characters like Sanjanyasha, Bounty Hunter.
You could do that as a voiceover.
It feels creepy to me sometimes. Like, I just stand in front of the mirror and just do like a couple of like Dota voices. I feel happy.
Talking about the draft though, I mean, I do want to see whether Signify opt to go for the Bat Rider, also one of my newly found favorite picks, the Techies.
Indeed. But wouldn't the Batrider be useless in this situation? The way this draft is going, I'm pretty sure the Batrider is going to be useless.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I mean, Batrider can never be useless.
He's like no hero can be utterly useless. Yeah. True.
But also the Brewmaster still being one of Signify's favorite pickups. Also the Morphling, if Blizzard decides to just go with that. I see as of now the Monkey King isn't banned.
I think a Morphling ban should come next, but a Skyrath Mage getting picked up by Signify.
I love that. I love that. It's going to be a mid Skyrath Mage going up against Cullies. Now, if that's an Invoker against them, I think the Skyrath Mage would fare beautifully well. But also the Death Prophet's still available if they need another tank in the lane.
True.
Cullies, meanwhile, opting to go mostly for a 2-1-2 draft, while Signify also nowadays they have decided to go with the 2-1-2 draft. One more reason being is the bounty ruin, because it only spawns at 5 minutes.
And so plus gold for everybody, so it doesn't mean fighting.
It doesn't mean, and plus the faster the team levels up, which is more significant in a 2-1-2 scenario, it's easier for the team to kind of move the game faster. Seeing that, of course, I do see the Pang still available if Signify want to pick up that hero. Also, the Elder Titan being one of Signify's favorite pickups in the offlane. Like you mentioned, the Puck could be picked. They could opt to go for a mid Puck. They could also opt to go for a Queen of Pain.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact. And send the Skyrath in.
I'm pretty sure Cullies are going to take this closer to the chest and play it safer. Viper has been banned by Signify, whereas a Juggernaut being banned by Cullies. These are so I like the fact that Cullies has also not. I wouldn't be able to comment so deeply on it, but I believe that Cullies have also to a certain level scraped the surface about how Signify takes the game forward. I like the Dark Willow ban. I like the Tuskar ban. What I'm looking at is like probably instead of a Juggernaut, it could have been a Puck ban. More because that Dream Coil has been known to do a lot of damage.
That Dream Coil, yes. But again, it's situational. Now, if they had given the Puck, they could have also picked a Silencer.
True.
To counter the Puck. But they have to understand this at the basic end of the day is that they're going up against a team that is much more experienced than them. True. So they got to pick up something that is their safe bet. So
and they're comfortable playing. Like Invoker, Phoenix.
Invoker, one of their favorites, going to go in the mid lane. Now, this is a little risky for Cullies, actually, because you're showing your mid laner to Signify. Now, Signify's mid laner sitting 10th on the leaderboard is a risky person to play against. Now, either they can choose to go completely aggressive over here and pick up the Queen of Pain. They could also choose to pick the Wind Ranger, which they have been trying and testing in a lot of games of the ESL India Premiership. Also fares really well against the Invoker. The Invoker got to be a little careful here because the Nyx Assassin is going to make sure that he is not going to get that much in the lane. So Cullies mostly will have to play a Coswex Invoker, not an Exort. If they want to play a Sunstrike Invoker, which Cullies like to prefer, the Exort kind, it could not work in their favor to a certain extent because they need to start mana draining everybody from Signify. But as we talk about that, we see the Husker ban coming in from Signify and the Lifestealer getting banned out there by Cullies. This very well says that one of these heroes, one of these teams are going to pick up the Monkey King.
Oh, now, there's even a void up for taking.
There's a void up for taking, but it wouldn't really fit in Cullies' draft.
Yeah,
because,
not in Cullies, but...
Yeah, but if Signify wants to pick up the void, they could, but I've not seen them go into conventional picks. They just don't enjoy them anymore.
They don't enjoy, they are like more like a fun.
Yeah, I could see them pick a Brewmaster though. I mean, they could just go devastatingly well with the Brewmaster, but the Jakiro coming in there from Cullies is a good pickup. They have that long range stun from 2 heroes. They have the Invoker to make sure that the space is created.
They have a DOT also. They have a damage over time also.
Exactly, but all that comes down to is what they're going to play this game to carry with, because I still don't see the tank in Cullies, and this is worrisome for me because when you have Signify, they are going to make sure they're going to pick off one of these heroes before even the battle starts.
True.
So once that kind of scenario happens, Cullies going to make sure that whoever they pick last and also their main carry is so strong that it's able to take a lot. Now, a hero that can take a lot, Lifestealer being banned. Another option for them is the Morphling. Pardon?
A Legion Commander.
A Legion Commander could be a little risky for them, especially against a hero like Luna, because this Luna is being played by Blizzard.
No, I was talking about Legion Commander getting picked by Signify.
For Cullies?
For Signify.
For Signify.
Before they picked the Luna.
They could go for Legion. They could go for anything. Like I said, like they could go for anything because... they don't play the game as, oh, there are 5 heroes. They're like, we are 5 people, we know the game.
Yeah, we know exactly the pros and cons of our heroes, and this is how it's going to be.
Like, normally, that is the difference between an exceptional professional player and a normal person. Like, we got to calculate because we don't know all the heroes. While when you say you're pro, you kind of know everything in the game. So, no matter what the circumstance, you know how to play around it.
True.
So, Signify, but at least slotting opening for Cullies to pick the Monkey King. Now, that is their strongest hero. I've seen the statistics and they have won the maximum amount of games with that hero. So if they give that opening to Cullies, I see a beautiful battle coming up between these two
but the Void's been banned by Signify, Pit Lords getting banned by Cullies. Final picks there, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to define the game up for today. In fact, Angie, coming back to you on Signify and what they could pick for the point of matter. It just struck my attention. Even Dota now has ranked matchmaking by position.
Yes, it does.
So
if
I
you have
believe
the battle pass.
Huh?
If you have the battle pass.
Yes, if you have the battle pass there, and that's a very good way. Like it defines your role in the game beforehand. Like a lot of people when
it's
they
much
go
simpler.
play, they're like, "Acha nahi, main to aaj ye nahi karunga." So it's a good practice also for people who want to secure a certain kind of gameplay they want to evolve over the course of time.
That is pretty good. Actually, I do like that change because now even when I find match, I don't really need to say I'm a position 5 support or I'm position 4. It's already given. So you have a very set allocated team. Of course, matchmake takes longer than usual because you got to find people in the same MMR with the different roles. But overall, it's a good game experience.
And plus, you end up learning so much more because you hone your specific ability sets and skill sets or hero sets for that point of matter. And plus then if something goes wrong, then you yourself are to be blamed. Because you chose that role in the first place. So, I mean, if you're choosing it and then doing something wrong, then you're a very bad player altogether.
That I will have to agree on. That is true.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. You can't willingly like muck up somebody else's game. That's bad.
Bristleback.
Okay, Bristleback.
I love that. I was confused between the Elder Titan and the Centaur Warrunner, but they could have finished their job with the Bristleback. Now, this is even the Abaddon, as a matter of fact, was in my mind.
This is going to be crucial now.
But Signify, making sure that after all the bursts is done from Cullies, no matter what kind of combination, you want to go Vex, you want to go Exort, you want to drop that Macropire, the Phoenix Ulti, the Bristleback
stays.
It's not going to die. And he's going to make sure that everything falls on him. He is an immortal, and Negi playing the Bristleback mostly. It's very much secured that if Cullies want to take this game, they got to first have a lot of DPS. Secondly, they got to find a hero that's going to counter that Bristleback badly. And the only hero I can imagine that could do that is an anti-mage. But
if they pick an anti-mage.
If they pick an anti-mage. But looking at Cullies, I've never really seen them play the anti-mage that much. They are not that confident.
But again, you never know. You never know.
You never know. Also, if it just comes down to plain split push, they can also decide to go with the Phantom Lancer, but it doesn't really fare well against the Luna. The Monkey King, of course, being a shot that they could take, but the power shot coming in from Windranger could be a crucial change for them. So it's a very risky last pick.
Yeah, I'm totally rooting for an anti-mage.
I hope to see one, but I hope to see if it also is a Morphling, because maybe it could be a Morphling.
DB for that point of matter.
Terrorblade again wouldn't fare really well against the Luna and the Windranger with the slicing coming in. But it's going to be the most obvious hero that we always forget. It's going to be the Razor getting picked up here from Cullies time and again. We forget this hero.
Anti-mage,
I think the anti-mage but would have fit better because they need to kind of get rid of that Bristleback. Now either Cullies can decide to completely avoid the Bristleback and kill the rest of the foe, but there's too much mobility. Whether you talk about the Nyx Assassin, you talk about the Windranger, they can just escape. That's leaving you with the Luna, who's never really going to be in the fight, and that leaves you with the Bristleback or the Skywrath Mage. Now the Skywrath Mage has skills which kind of can shoot things from the mid of the map. So who do you kill? There is no option. And if Cullies is able to break through this game, I think
if they make that Razor fat,
even I still feel it will not really work out. But I want to see if they have something really purely something that we've never seen before. Otherwise,
it's going to be miraculous. If this goes the way I'm imagining it in my head to go, oh my god, like they're fireworks.
I'm very excited for
it's like my brain's like watching a Dota version of Deadpool 2 in its own little IMAX 3D form, and like everything's like going like, okay, then kapow. This is
best of luck, but to both the teams. And I hope Cullies is able to pull this off, whatever they have in mind. But otherwise, I see Signify taking this game.
Oh yeah, true. Let's see. May the best team win.
Hello folks and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. This is the summer season. We're still on phase 1. It is drawing to an end. My name is Vivek. With me is Floki, and we got Signify facing off versus Cullies. Floki, straight off the bat, I see that Signify offlane and it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean this dual lane is so hard, but At the same time, you also have the Razor from the side of the Cullies, and the Razor could be a big problem for Signify. Especially if he's not
I like how they're doing
Crowley's dead, I think.
Yeah, this is what they need to do. Find the Skywrath Mage and kill him. Ignore the Bristleback, and Bristleback literally being ignored. Negi, on the wrong side of the Fissure, is left watching. He's going to try and find a trade of sorts here. He's trying to run down HN6. HN6 doesn't have a stick, and HN6 is going to fall.
Yeah, but I think he fought out before he died. But even if he didn't, that's okay. The good thing is the Razor has a good start. If you look at the lineup of Signify, they're really afraid of this Razor because they have very few ways of controlling him. Especially once he gets his BKB, you can't really just reliably kill him. You need the Nyx stun, you need the Skywrath Mystic Flare, or you need your Wind Ranger to be so farm that she can just blink in, like she has something like an Ag Stateless and can just land a good Shackle Shot and just burst the Razor down. Because Luna doesn't deal too well with the Razor. The Razor has a lot of physical damage. Once he has the BKB and throws down the static link onto Luna, Luna will have to run away 100%. She can't turn back and fight. Unless she has the Eclipse and the Razor does not have BKB. But I think falling slowly, he knows how to play his hero well and quite ready to go for the BKB. Once again, the Fissure block.
Once again, on the wrong side of the Fissure.
He's dead.
Should probably end up falling.
Wow, I mean, well, this is really good for them. And once again, like this lane, I mean, at first I was thinking that this Bristleback Skywrath lane is absolutely disgusting. But now that they throw this Earthshaker Jakiro into the mix, every single time this guy is out of position, he's just gonna die because there's a Razor and an Earthshaker against him.
Yeah. I think they're playing it perfectly. The mid lane matchup, Swifty should win this, but Ryzel should be able to catch up over time. It's all going to boil down to rotations, really.
Yeah. But I mean, Ryzel is not like entirely bad. There's only 2 Nanais onto Swifty, so Ryzel is still getting levels, and as soon as you have levels in Sunstrike, oh well.
Up top, Negi dropping low, looking towards falling slowly, won't find the kill. It's Crowley who picks up trade for that one. But Floki, I mean, I've been watching a lot of Signify, and what they like to do is boost Negi early on. Throw in another support along with Negi, just help out Negi as much as possible. But Cullies are playing this tri-lane perfectly. They're just trying to isolate Crowley, bring down Crowley, and without the Skywrath, Negi isn't that scary all by himself.
Oh yeah. Think about this Skywrath though, like he has very low armor, so right clicks deal a lot of damage to him early on. He has 0 armor at level 1. So if you just get a Fissure block onto him, and then you can fight a few right clicks here and there, maybe throw in something like a Plasma Field into the mix, that Sky is very easily gonna die. And once again, Negi might fall, but Fissure block, it's not that time for this game.
Okay.
But this is still a rather hard lane for Signify, I must say. Especially since you're against the Jakiro. The Jakiro is going to provide you harass, and there's the Earthshaker who's going to provide you kill potential. And Razor makes use of both of those things. Like, he can add on to the harass, he can zone enemies out with a static link. He can also get a kill if he gets enough damage off with a static link. Well, Negi, he can turn his back, sure, but he's going to be running out of regen at some point in this lane, and that's when things start to turn around for Cullies.
Yeah.
The bottom lane, you can't beat it, is actually doing pretty well in terms of levels. He's about to hit level 3, and so is No Chance, you can argue. But this is good for Phoenix. Phoenix needs levels. And he might end up going down near the Carapace. It does stun him, but he's going to survive with a sort of HP there. Well,
I was watching mid where Ryzel was dropping low as well.
Yeah, this mid lane matchup should be relatively even. Ryzel shouldn't really die in this matchup. Especially once he has the raindrops up and running for himself, the power shot won't do so much work. But the Invoker versus Wind Ranger, I mean Invoker, he doesn't win a lot of matchups, and this matchup certainly isn't one he does. Zeal is trying to find a Fissure block, but it's cute at best. Like, he's not going to find the Fissure, he's just animation cancelling. While up top, a lot of damage onto HN6.
I mean, falling slowly is actually going to find Crowley. And Negi will not find the trade.
Yep. And Razor, once again, I mean, he's the kind of hero that can do completely fine in a lane which is as retarded as this. Because he's Skywrath Mage and Bristleback, nobody wants to be standing in that lane. But Razor, he's just the kind of guy who goes head first into a zombie apocalypse with nothing but a fork and starts stabbing zombies in the neck.
Yeah, indeed. And
make perfect use of this chaos.
Jakiro to help him out, I think he's going to be okay. You also got a haste rune on the Zeal. Zeal trying to move up top. Crowley needs to be careful. The dual breath will clip. The stun from the Fissure only catching Negi, but it's Negi they won. Negi pops his stick charges, hopes to stay alive. He's losing damage all along. They've lost Crowley, and HN6 finds himself a double. Signify not looking so good in this off lane.
Yeah, but once again, I think it's gonna be entirely down to how Cullies can play the mid game. If the Cullies can play mid game as well as Signify, then they certainly have a fighting chance. And the mid game is where they peak, especially with the Invoker getting his Axe BKB, who's not going to be too bothered by the Wind Ranger, and the Razor finding his BKB. But Razor's probably going to go down here top as Carapace, Purge, Wills. Yep, the Mana Burn actually gets them the kill. Well, this does mean that the Phoenix finds space for him, and indeed he is. He also managed to pick up the 5-minute bounty room for his team. Is he gonna go down for it though? That's the question. Has the dive? He's gonna pop it and live. But he's still being chased.
Mid lane though, they're trying to punish the Invoker. Swifty, with that focus fire, dancing all around the Invoker, finds the kill for himself.
I mean, it's just so annoying.
Yeah. Mid lane's not looking all that good for Cullies.
Yeah, it's
and
just
bottom,
so
Blizzard,
dude.
he's trying to run down the Phoenix. The fire spirits are there, but you can't beat it. He hasn't got the time, but Blizzard finds the vision from the trees, finds the kill as well. Looks like both teams are preparing for a bit of action down mid. He got the Sunstrike, will clip Crowley, and with the Cold Snap, they should be able to find him. The Ancient Prowler Shaman, though, gets in on the action. Everyone wants to take part in the ESL India Premiership, even the neutrals.
Yeah, that was a cheeky play coming out by Crowley, and a crucial one too, rather, because the Invoker, like, it's scary going up against an Invoker in the mid game as a Wind Ranger. But the good thing is you have the level advantage, and as long as you keep that level advantage going, you'll have a good time. But as soon as that Invoker hits his timing where he has this Axe BKB, and he don't really have a big damage item on Wind Ranger, that's when Ryzel is probably just gonna start destroying the Wind Ranger with all his spells. You can throw the Meteor, the EMP, Tornado. Tornado actually dispels Wind Run, so that's also something that he's working with.
Couple of interesting things about the Cullies draft, and I think it's, I mean, you spoke of the mid game. I think that's when the Phoenix is going to shine. Once Earthshaker picks up his blink, I'm going to get back to that later. Up top, Negi losing a lot of damage, but dishing up a fair amount as well. Falling slowly, has the salve, will look to run. HN6 got to run as well, no chance. Whiffing on the Impale, falling slowly, looking to turn towards Negi, and with 147 stolen damage, will find the kill. No chance, no mana, not much HP either. Will dodge the ice part, but will end up falling either way. Down bottom, they found the Phoenix at mid. Swifty running around Ryzel, pivoting left and right, looks towards the Invoker and should find the kill. Turns around, drops a power shot. It's unlikely he finds Zeal, but with Crowley coming in, they might find the Earthshaker as well. They've got the Ancient Seal, they've got the nukes coming out. Zeal looking to run. Stray power shot from Swifty, has the mana, pops the Fairy Fire, won't try them.
Yep. Man, that was so well played by the Razor back top. I want to talk about it for a bit. So, he waited out the Impale. He knew No Chance was going to throw it out, and indeed he does. And in true No Chance fashion, I mean, that's how you're supposed to play Phoenix. If you didn't throw out that stun there, there's a possibility of the Razor making it out alive. You just can't hold on to the stun, because then if you run into the Razor, he's going to get a lot of damage onto you. Also the fact that you can just pop Eye of the Storm and start whittling away, so even if you stun him, you might end up going down. Yeah. So No Chance played it to perfection, but Falling slowly outplayed him. I must commend Cullies, like, they are definitely not feeling that Signify is the bigger dog here. They're playing as if, they're playing very calm, composed, and they know what they're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember, both of us remember the game they played against the RG Titans. Although there were disconnects, there were internet issues, they still played good Dota and held on for a good 40-45 minutes. And yeah, they've drawn even in the laning phase. And they're really not concerned by the big name that Signify is known to be. Look at this, falling slowly, he's going to try and run down Negi. They need the ice path from HN6. He's got an Invis rune, falling slowly, dropping low in terms of HP, no chance. With the Spike Carapace, will land the Impale and the Mana Burn, and with that last Quill Spray, they'll find themselves the Razor. HN6 on the
Negi
side,
end up going
does
down,
manage to find no chance. Negi, a lot of stolen damage, but Cullies asking for a pause.
Yep. I think there might be some internet issues there. Probably. Negi is actually going to end up going down. He does have the Ring of Regen though, and has 3 points in Bristleback. He didn't go for Warpath, so he has no way of running out of this one. He went for 3 points in Bristleback and 3 points in Cold Spray. Maybe that was...
is an unusual skill build, especially when you don't have boots. You want that movement speed from Warpath if nothing else.
I mean, Negi's just rushing a Vanguard. I know he has I mean, he really likes the item on all of his heroes. He buys it on the Doom, he buys it on tons of offlane heroes.
Buys it on the Doom?
Yeah, he buys it on the Doom. I've seen him buy it on the Doom a couple of times. But I'm not sure if it's the item to go for this game, especially against the Razor. Yeah. And also the fact that this is so much magical damage. Vanguard is not probably the item you want to go for. Maybe something like a pipe, something like an armor item. Not too sure which one though.
Well, he's still alive. He's got the region from the Ring of Health. Finds himself a double and falls to HN6 as well. But that's HN6 mega kill streak. That's a lot of gold going towards Negi. Not the experience though.
Yeah, not the experience definitely. And that's what you're looking for if you're the support. I mean, you can see the Jakiro is at a higher level than Negi at this point.
Yeah, but that's Negi's Vanguard.
I guess. But he still doesn't have kills.
Falling slowly on top of the network charts. I mean, just runs down whoever comes into the lane. No fear at all. Has got Phaser Killer and Drums before the 10-minute mark. This is ridiculous. No chance. Really struggling to hold his own in this lane. Will end up falling.
Yeah, I mean, he just dives in casually. Nothing to stop him. And you can see he's actually such a smart player. Holy crap. Okay, so he did something next level. He didn't go for a single point into unstable current up until now.
Yeah.
Purely because he didn't want to trigger the spike carapace off of the next assassin. If he went for the unstable current, there's a good chance he would have died multiple times in this lane. But because he didn't, he's never going to get carapace. He's never going to get stunned by the Nyx. And if you don't...
Now he will though.
Yeah, now...
I mean, it's... Ever since Talent Trees got introduced, you now have the option to just skill up stats and avoid spells that would make your own life difficult. But yeah, I mean, he tried his best.
Oh yeah. I see Blizzard dropping low. The Sunstrike! It's gonna hit!
I just got that. Because I was looking up top where they're looking to go up on Negi once more. HN6 is here with the Ice Path trying to reclaim that lost streak of his. Negi, well, he's taking damage over time. You got the Enchant Totem, but no chance. 2-man Impale. The Quill Sprays are there. They'll find HN6 and find a double for Negi. Signify. Trying to correct themselves in this off lane, and Cullies here. He's got the slow with the bolt and no chance, looking to run.
I mean, the last Arcane Bolt should finish him off.
Well, he is speedy.
He lives on 19 HP.
Yeah.
That was super close.
I think that's okay for Cullies. Right? They found themselves Blizzard, which is a nice skill to have, but there's more action up top. What am I looking at? I see Swifty with the focus fire trying to run down HN6. Shackles him to a 3, has the power shot, and Swifty really enjoying himself on this mid-range up.
Oh yeah. The most annoying hero to play against, in my honest opinion. I hate playing against heroes like Wind Ranger. They're so damn strong early on. That's the biggest problem. But come mid-game, come late game...
Oh, I got that. I barely got that once again. Rizal, I don't know how he hit that. He had no vision, indicating that Crowley should have been near his shrine. It was just a really calculated guess.
I mean, that's Rizal for you, man. His Sunstrike's just godly. I mean, this guy is probably... He's really talented on his Invoker. And you can see that Cullies are not afraid of picking it up for him. I just wonder though, I hope he's... I mean, I have seen Rizal play other heroes, but I hope he's just as proficient with the other heroes as he is.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've casted games of his where he plays other heroes, plays a bit of the Viper, but down bottom Phoenix. Dropping low, and with the Quill Spray, Negi finds the kill.
Well, it's safe to say that the laning phase was won by Cullies, but now coming mid-game, looks like Signify has the upper hand. Blizzard has a ton of farm on his Luna. 12 minutes in, you have the Mask of Madness, Aquila. That's where you want to be if you're the Luna.
Yep.
And now you can just farm up jungle camps really quickly, rotate back and forth from lane to jungle camps. But top lane.
Yeah, up top, falling slowly. He's got to be careful. Doesn't want to give away that lead he's fought so hard to accrue from the laning phase. I mean, slowly, bit by bit, the cores on the side of Signify is starting to get on top of the network charts. And Swifty barely sidesteps that Ice Path, and with the focus file, find himself falling slowly. They turn towards the Jakiro, and HN6 can't really do too much, really.
Yeah, so the focus fire buff was still on the Wind Ranger while they went onto the Razor, and because the Razor used his auto attack, he repeated himself, and Wind Ranger unintentionally just fired away at the Razor, taking him down. I mean, the way the new focus fire works, right? You don't have to right-click the enemy. If he's just in vision and you've used focus fire, you'll automatically attack him every time he's in range.
Yeah, I think the Cullies are going to be a bit disappointed that they've given up some map control. They've lost 2 tier 1 towers.
So the Phoenix might be in some trouble here.
Only you can't beat it, who has a tower to work with.
So Swifty decided to go for the post staff this game. It's really good against the Earthshaker. You can dodge the fissure. You can also dodge a clutch ice path if you see the Jakiro channeling.
Down bottom, Negi's got to be careful. The Enchanter is there. Fissure to block him off. Sunrays as well. A little bit of magic damage. They've impaled the Razor. They've got the Cold Snap on Negi. That will control him. But he is tanky. He's got a Vanguard. And he's trying his best to survive. Zeal even using the Echo Slam, but ends up falling. Cullies. They'll find the kill, they'll find the mega kill streak, they'll punish Negi for being woefully out of position. But this Bristleback, despite all those deaths early on, is starting to become a problem for the side of Cullies.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the problem is that the Earthshaker, he really needs his Blink Dagger, and if he goes down like this every single time he assists in a gank, it's not going to go well for Cullies, which was really relying on Earthshaker for the lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one interesting aspect of the Cullies draft, that you can use the Supernova, force healers to clump up around it just to bring down the egg and follow it up with an Echo Slam.
Bottom lane, you can't beat it. Looks like he was in some trouble. There's a DD Rune Blizzard. I mean, this is scary, but the DD Rune is gonna wear out.
Has he got any stacks to work with?
Don't think so, but doesn't really need many stacks. He's like, Luna is one of those heroes that has a free innate battle fury with the Moonglaives, and you can just maximize its potential with the Mask of Madness because you get bonus movement speed, you get bonus attack speed. Lots of good stuff for Luna in this game, and the main point is that Luna is going to reach this point mid game because she's going unchecked, where she's going to have a Mantis style and a BKB. And the Mantis style is somewhat important because it is going to give her the ability to dispel Cold Snap after BKB is expended, and that's something that you want to look out for if you're Blizzard. I mean, that's something you want to probably look out for if you're Cullies, because there's not enough lockdown for Luna once she has a BKB. You're only relying on the Sunray that really stuns you while you're in Magic Immunity to take you down. Or you hope that...
Down bottom. Speaking of the Sunray, they're going to try bring down Negi. They've got the
he's gonna live.
I mean, it took them 4 heroes to bring him down the last time. I don't think anything's changed since then for the side of the Cullies. Bit by bit, they're struggling to really find comfort in any one of these 3 lanes. I mean, Negi, he's just perched himself bottom mid. Cullies, they're ignoring this Bristleback. They're struggling to deal with him. You can't beat it. Forced to use the Supernova. They've got the Fissure. Swifty finds a kill elsewhere. It is on a HN6, but Negi is going to walk it off. Doesn't have teammates to back him up.
I mean, Negi is going to survive. He's not going to survive this time around at least.
Yeah, but you know what? This is one of those moments where you actually span that text line voice space created.
Oh yeah. I mean, top lane is pushing in with a Siege Creep. Lunas is free farming away meanwhile. I mean, Blizzard already has a Yasha 17 minutes in. He's gonna have his Mantis style BKB by 24 minutes if the aggression keeps from Signify.
Cullies looking to fight, falling slowly, evades that shackle shot.
They need to smoke if they want to fight, and they need to wrap around every single time they smoke, because the Earthshaker doesn't have Blink Dagger, so your primary mode of initiation is a fissure. And you can't really get a fissure off when the opponents see you coming. You're never gonna get a good fissure off.
I mean, they need to smoke if they want to enter the top half of the map. Just look at Radiant Vision. Really, you got this Observer here, you got one behind the tier 2, you got one in lane, you got one overlooking the rune and a bit of the shrine as well.
But you can see Cullies, they know that they want to wait for the Earthshaker Blink Dagger, so they've placed all their wards defensively at the moment. There's one ward in the bottom lane, scouting things out. There's one ward in their own jungle.
Speaking of Blink Daggers, no chance. He's picked up his own and Signify looking to make a play with this.
Oh no,
chance.
Ryzer
Has the Vendetta, looks towards Ryzer, but there is a Fissure. I'm not sure how. Spike Carapace and with the Impale and the Eclipse, they'll find the kill. They might even find the Phoenix. It's a double kill for Blizzard. I think the Spike Carapace ended up stunning the Phoenix as well.
Yeah, and I think Zeal is a double agent.
Yeah, and Zeal, caught by the Lucent Beam, controlled by the Ancient Seal. Well, he's gonna evade the Mystic Flare, but he can't evade 4 heroes on the side of Signify. While Negi just pushes back HN6 to his tier 3 tower. I mean, Cullies, they've got to group up, find that Blink ASAP and the Earthshaker and find the fight. Yeah, but I mean, by this time it isn't coming anytime soon.
I mean, it's partly because Earthshaker has been dying in all these little skirmishes. Ideally, as an Earthshaker, you want one lane where you can just go in, use your totem, fissure, just fissure out, push the lane, and get a few last hits here and there, and let the passive goal do its thing. And by the 16 to 17 minute mark, you'll have your blink dagger. But dying like this every time, it certainly doesn't help this case.
Even Razor isn't finding a lane to farm. Okay, he's found his use, but just look at the map. Look at how many cores from the side of Signify are playing up front, while Cullies, they're using 2 cores to try and deal with the bristleback. And I mean, sure, they'll get this kill, but it's largely inconsequential. They've got the use and the fissure. Even dropped the meatball, the echo slam, buttons are being pressed left and right. There is a power shot, and with that Mystic Flare, they find one. They find falling slowly. They've lost Negi. They're looking towards Zeal. They'll find him as well. Ryzel looking to TP, will be successful. You can't beat it. Has got to be careful. I hear a Sunstrike. Doesn't really end up clipping anyone, but he got the focus fire. Swifty with the focus fire. Well, won't find the kill. Will force out the Supernova, but he's got a blink and a Maelstrom, so he can go back in and look for that shackle shot. He got no chance. Latching on a HN6, they'll find themselves the Jakiro. The focus fire is still active. Blizzard controlling the Phoenix with the Lucent Beam. You can't beat it. Will end up falling.
I mean, Cullies, they perhaps focused a bit too many resources onto Negi. Every single time they went onto Negi, they were punished by Signify. And Signify realized that Cullies absolutely hates Negi, and every single time they go for the kill, they always punish them with revenge kills of their own.
Okay.
The good thing is Invoker's getting close to his Axe Scepter, so he's gonna be in great fighting shape soon. But the problem still persists. You don't have the initiation. You're really hoping that Ryzel finds a really good Tornado. I mean, that's gonna be a primary form of initiation for Cullies up until Ocheko has Blink.
Falling slowly. He had a great start, but didn't really manage to keep that going.
Yeah, I mean, Zeal, once again, they're walking towards the bottom lane. They want to try and kill off Negi, but Negi, like you said, he's an inconsequential kill. He's just bait for Signify, and every single time Negi dies, you lose 3 heroes onto Cullies.
Exactly.
That's not good at all. I mean, if that's what Bristleback is doing for your team, then you're more than happy to have the Bristleback.
I mean, he's doing his job then. It's exactly what Envy'd love to do with his Bristleback, and Negi's doing the same. I do know that Negi plays a lot with Envy, and they have a love-hate relationship in matchmaking.
Wow, I don't know about this.
Yeah. I think, was it Negi or Crowley? One of them was streaming and they had Envy in their matchmaking. It was hilarious.
Okay. Well, I hope I get to see the Twitch rod sometime, but looks like for now I'll just have to take your word for it. So let's talk a bit about Cullies'. Oh,
okay. What that shackle it made.
Yeah, it didn't connect.
Yeah.
I mean, so
look at no chance. He's trailing, falling slowly. The problem is he doesn't really have backup, and the last time he was here there was a sentry, and I think there still is.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to commend the supports on the side of the Cullies a bit. They've got these sentries which can help them avoid obvious ganks, so I mean, they've been trying their best.
Yeah, the net worth is also favoring Signify heavily right now. The Roshan will as well. It's an 18k net worth for Signify, 22 minutes in, an 18k net worth lead. And it's purely on the back of the Wind Ranger as well as the Luna. The Bristleback too, he's getting a lot of structural gold because his team is taking down structures and getting revenge kills every single time he dies. So he's also on top of the net worth shots. Yeah. You really want to have your Blink Dagger if you're Shaker right now. But even though...
I think it's too little too late.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a bit too late.
Look at this. Blizzard's coming with a butterfly. And I think the bane of every Earthshaker player is a Luna with glaives just bouncing around.
Oh yes.
I mean, you gotta smoke and try and find that blink initiation, if you have a blink that is. And Zeal, I mean, he's relying on gold per second at this point.
Yeah. Maybe he can find a jungle camp here and there. I mean, Falling slowly is farming this, but Zeal is like, please leave the camp for me.
Yeah, I honestly think they give farm priority to the Earthshaker. If the cores have got buyback, come on, just give all the gold you can to the Earthshaker.
Razor doesn't need a lot of farm to be effective in these team fights, but hey, at least Zeal's gonna find this creep wave mid. 3 creeps, 4 creeps, 2,000 gold, still missing 250.
Wait, hold on. Negi's got a Lotus Orb, so if someone is affected by the static link and he drops the Lotus Orb on them, I don't think it dispels the static link.
Nope, it doesn't.
But yeah, he's gotta have it on before.
Okay, what the hell? No chance.
No chance.
I mean, this is so ambitious. He's just planting wards inside the base.
And he got caught out. They might... Okay, so this sentry not in range of that observer ward. No chance. Looking to sneak outside. Walks past the tier 3 tower. Gets caught in the ice wall. I don't know how Cullies knew about this. And it doesn't matter. Blizzard's finding himself another tier 3 tower. Cullies, they've got the glyph, but they aren't using it. Blizzard caught in the ice bar, just manning up, and with the power shot, they'll find themselves with Jakiro. Phoenix with the supernova. Well, it's doing a little bit of damage on the Negi on the backlines, falling slowly. Did end up falling. They got the Enchant Totem and the Fisher. The Echo Slam still available. Zeal does have his Blink Dagger, but Negi with the Lotus Orb just running into Cullies, pushing them back into their own fountain. The Sun Ray is there, the Mystic Flare as well, and the Invoker will fall. 49 seconds without the Invoker. He has got buyback, and Negi just standing outside the enemy fountain, has a Spirit Vessel upon him. I mean, I don't even know why Falling Slowly is going ahead all by himself. They've got a Bristleback to deal with. Tornado, Meteor, Ice Path, but the Force Staff is there from Swifty. Negi's going to be okay. And Swifty lines up the Shackle, catches 2 birds with 1 Shackle shot, but there's no real follow-up. You got the Concussive shot, and Signify, they're just playing with their food at this point. Crowley will... He's going to end up falling. The Sunray more than enough. Well, the EMP is not going to connect. Swifty in the midst of Cullies' base will find himself one. Blizzard cleans up, and the Cullies, they've had enough.
Yep. Well,
I mean, yeah. Good Sunstrike, yeah. I mean, look, that was an insanely good Sunstrike. Yeah. I'm not kidding. And Crowley respects talent where he sees it. Beautiful stuff coming out from the Cullies. But Signify,
they're just a better team. I think it's
just giving us a masterclass in how, even if your lanes don't go phenomenally well, how you play the mid game and how you come back then.
I think this was more of Cullies making a few errors on the part, namely just chasing after the Bristleback when they really should have been pressuring the Luna instead. I mean, let Bristleback recover, let Bristleback do his thing. But if you kill the other cores once Bristleback has been shut down, all his tankiness is going to be what's quad. Right. Because if he doesn't have cores to back him up, even if your teammates follow bringing the Bristleback down, there's no punish for it. But they did the opposite and they pay the price.
Anyway, folks, that's it as far as today's Dota 2 broadcast is concerned. My name is Vivek. With me is Loki. You can find us on social media at facebook.com/VivekCasting or facebook.com/FlokiDota. I'm going to throw it over to the panel. Angela and Bagish, waiting to hear your take on this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back again with the studio bit here of the ESL India Premiership 2018. Summer Seasons is Masters League. Signify victory there. Angie. Yes. So, okay, before we head off to this, Angie told me before the game began that this is a 24-minute game. And then she's complaining to me when we're sitting here. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was 1 minute extra. No, Angie, you do not get to do that. See, this is what happens when you're dealing with like pro people, man.
No, like, it's not like that. It is just that... the thing is that a lot of people have not really understood how Signify really plays. And if they kind of just understand the basics of how Signify plays, they would be ROG Titans. Because at the end of the day, if we just watch that game, if you just go back, Cullies, and just watch this game, the only thing you really missed out wasn't seeing to Blizzard. You again forgot that they have a carry. Your Razor was basically sitting there and trying his level best. It was not that Cullies didn't play well. They played fantastic Dota. In the early stages of the game, they had more kills than even Signify. They made sure that they could really make sure that the fighting potential coming in from Cullies was stronger than Signify. And that is not where you went wrong. You were fantastic there. The only problem happens is at about 15 minutes into the game, you have ganked the top, you have ganked the mid, but when are you going to gank the carry? Because the carry is the one that carries the whole game. That's why he's position 1. And I think Blizzard was never really in doubt of ever having a problem in his lane. He was made sure that whether it's Negi on the Bristleback, whether it's a Skyroth mage, whether it's a Nyx assassin, all of them made sure that the space was created just so that Blizzard could farm. And at the end of the day, that is Dota. That is how Dota is played. If you kind of make sure that the carry doesn't get a lot of farm, he's not going to be able to sustain you in the late game. But if you give a carry so much space, like an Andy mage, for example, you let him free farm, he gets a Battle Fury, he gets a Manta style, he's going to go and, take down your whole base. That is the point of destroying your carry, and that's why you do send a tri lane, if possible, against a very strong tri lane against you. Now, talking about this game in general, Cullies did a fantastic job. I think they deserve to be in the Masters League, and Signify just outplayed them. There was nothing more than that.
All right. Well. Day of getting outplayed there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is what we have for you guys in today's edition of the ESL India Premiership. We'll be back again tomorrow, 6 to 9, same place, same time. Well, exclusive. It's like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry I'm taking a brand name here, but it's like the Zomato Gold membership. It's invite only if you've only subscribed and press that bell icon. Isn't that right, Angie?
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, so you got to be part of the community to watch it. Press the subscribe button, show some support and stuff. Press the bell icon. You know that, right? So moving on, this is what we have for you guys in today's edition of the ESL India Premiership 2018. We'll be back again tomorrow.